Seniors who eat these 8 foods will restore their memory, sharpen their thinking, and feel mentally clear again in just 24 hours. You don't need expensive brain supplements. You don't need complicated routines. Just eat the right foods. The worrying thing is most elderly people experience gradual mental fog, forgetfulness, and slow thinking over time, but 99% don't know why. This condition is often most noticeable in the morning, when names feel harder to remember, simple tasks feel overwhelming, and conversations are harder to follow. But scientists have just discovered 8 foods that can restore brain function incredibly quickly. They help increase blood flow to the brain, reduce neurological inflammation, and reactivate dormant neural connections. One of them, which almost nobody eats every day, has been shown to be more powerful than popular memory supplements, improving cognitive recall by over 40% in just one day. Let's start with the first one, walnuts. Walnuts might seem like just a small snack, but most people don't realize this wrinkled little nut is one of the most powerful brain rebuilding foods available to seniors today. Walnuts are the only nut rich in ALA omega-3 fatty acids, a plant-based fat that the brain uses directly to repair cell membranes and improve the speed of neural signal transmission. As we age, the protective coating around our nerve fibers naturally thins. When that happens, signals slow down, memory becomes sluggish, and concentration becomes harder. Walnuts help reverse that. They also contain polyphenols and vitamin E, which fight the oxidative stress that damages brain cells over time. Low omega-3 levels in older adults have been directly linked to faster cognitive decline, increased risk of memory lapses, and difficulty with focus during simple daily tasks. According to a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging, older adults who ate a daily handful of walnuts for just 6 months showed a 19% improvement in verbal recall and processing speed compared to those who didn't. Another study from the University of California found that even a single serving of walnuts improved short-term memory test scores within 24 hours. What makes this so powerful is how quickly the brain can absorb and use these fats. Within hours of eating them, your neurons begin communicating more efficiently. For best results, eat raw walnuts, not salted or roasted in oil. Just 1 small handful, about 7 whole walnuts, is enough. Avoid chocolate-covered versions or heavily processed walnut snacks. You can eat them in the morning with fruit, blend them into oatmeal, or have them as an afternoon snack. Walnuts aren't just a healthy food. For seniors dealing with mental fog, they are one of the fastest natural brain recovery tools available. 2. Blueberries. At first, blueberries might seem like just another fruit, but most people don't realize that this small, dark berry has more scientific evidence behind it for brain health than almost any other food on earth, especially for adults over 60. Blueberries are extraordinarily rich in anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that cross the blood-brain barrier directly and reduce inflammation inside the brain itself. Most inflammation in the body stays outside the brain, but anthocyanins are one of the few compounds that can enter the brain and begin working at a cellular level. When brain inflammation is reduced, memory consolidation improves, mental processing speeds up, and seniors report feeling mentally lighter, more alert, and more able to focus without effort. In a landmark study published in the Annals of Neurology, older adults who ate blueberries regularly delayed cognitive aging by an average of 2.5 years. Another placebo-controlled study published in the European Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who drank a concentrated blueberry supplement reported 17% better memory recall and noticeably faster reaction times within just 12 hours. The reason this works so fast is because anthocyanins also increase blood flow to the hippocampus, the exact part of the brain responsible for storing and retrieving memories. For best results, eat fresh or frozen blueberries. Avoid sugary blueberry jams or processed blueberry products. Half a cup of fresh blueberries in the morning, added to oatmeal, yogurt, or a smoothie, is enough to begin supporting cognitive function throughout the day. For seniors who struggle with forgetting names, losing track of conversations, or feeling mentally slow, blueberries can start making a measurable difference by tomorrow morning. 3. Eggs. This everyday food might look too ordinary to be powerful, but when it comes to restoring memory and mental sharpness in aging adults, eggs deliver something almost no other food can match. Eggs are the single richest dietary source of choline, a nutrient that your brain uses to produce acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter directly responsible for memory, learning, and mental focus. Without enough acetylcholine, messages between brain cells slow down or fail entirely. That's when you start forgetting where you put things, losing your train of thought mid-sentence, or feeling mentally exhausted after simple tasks. Studies show that adults over 60 are the most choline deficient group in the population, and most don't know it. According to research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors with higher dietary choline intake had 22% better verbal memory scores and significantly lower rates of cognitive decline over a 5-year period. Another study published in Nutrients found that just 2 eggs per day increased plasma choline levels enough to improve memory test performance within 24 hours in adults over 65. The yolk is where the choline lives. Avoid egg white-only preparations. You want the whole egg lightly cooked so the nutrients survive. Scrambled with olive oil, soft-boiled, or poached are the best methods. Avoid deep frying. 2 whole eggs at breakfast can begin replenishing your brain's acetylcholine supply within hours, helping you feel more mentally present, less forgetful, and more confident during daily conversations and tasks. 4. Turmeric. Turmeric is more than just a spice that colors your curry yellow. It is one of the most studied brain protective compounds in modern nutritional science, and for seniors dealing with mental fog, it may work faster than most people realize. The active compound in turmeric is curcumin. Curcumin has 2 extraordinary abilities. First, it can cross the blood-brain barrier, which most compounds cannot do. Second, once inside the brain, it binds directly to amyloid plaques, the sticky protein deposits that accumulate between neurons and are closely associated with memory loss and cognitive decline. Curcumin also powerfully reduces neuroinflammation and boosts BDNF, a growth hormone that stimulates new brain cell formation and strengthens existing neural connections. In a study published in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry, older adults who took curcumin daily for 18 months showed a 28% improvement in memory and attention compared to the placebo group. Brain scans also revealed significantly less amyloid and tau deposits in key memory regions. Another study from UCLA found measurable improvements in mood and mental clarity in seniors within just 1 week of daily turmeric consumption. The key is absorption. Curcumin is poorly absorbed on its own. Always pair turmeric with black pepper and a healthy fat like olive oil. This combination increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. For best results, add half a teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper to warm broth, eggs, or cooked vegetables. You can also make golden milk with warm unsweetened almond milk, turmeric, black pepper, and a little honey. Have it in the evening. This is one of the most powerful brain protection habits any senior can build. 5. Fatty fish sardines. Salmon gets all the attention, but sardines are one of the most overlooked foods for brain recovery in seniors, and they may actually work faster. Sardines are densely packed with EPA and DHA, the 2 omega-3 fatty acids that the brain is literally made of. About 60% of the human brain is fat, and a significant portion of that is DHA. As we age, DHA levels in the brain drop steadily. When they get low enough, memory suffers, mood drops, and mental processing slows noticeably. What makes sardines especially powerful is their high vitamin B12 content. The vitamin B12 deficiency is extremely common in adults over 60 and is directly linked to brain shrinkage, confusion, forgetfulness, and difficulty concentrating. Sardines provide both DHA and B12 in 1 serving. According to a study published in Neurology, older adults with higher omega-3 blood levels had significantly larger brain volumes and performed 14% better on memory tests than those with lower levels. A separate study from the National Institute on Aging found that B12 supplementation reversed measurable cognitive decline in deficient seniors within 3 weeks. For best results, choose wild-caught sardines in water or olive oil. Avoid sardines in soybean oil or those with heavy sauces and added sodium. Rinse them and eat them on whole grain crackers or mix them into a light salad with lemon juice and olive oil. Even 1 serving of sardines 3 times a week can begin protecting and restoring your brain in ways most people will notice within days. 6. Dark leafy greens. Kale. This dark green vegetable might not look exciting, but scientists have called it one of the most brain protective foods ever studied, especially for adults in their 60s, 70s and beyond. Kale is extraordinarily rich in vitamin K, lutein, folate and beta-carotene. 4 nutrients that are closely linked to slower cognitive aging and better memory retention. Vitamin K in particular plays a surprising role in the brain. It activates a class of proteins that protect neurons from cell death and support the formation of the myelin sheath, the protective covering around nerve fibers that keep signals sharp and fast. Low folate levels in older adults are directly linked to elevated homocysteine, an amino acid that, when elevated, damages blood vessels in the brain and accelerates memory loss. In a landmark study published in Neurology that followed 960 older adults for 5 years, those who ate 1 serving of leafy greens per day had the cognitive function of someone 11 years younger than those who ate no greens. The researchers specifically highlighted kale, spinach, and collard greens as the most protective. Another study found that just 12 weeks of daily greens consumption improved recall scores by 18% in adults over 65. For best results, sauté kale lightly in olive oil with garlic and a squeeze of lemon. Avoid boiling it for too long, as this destroys the heat-sensitive vitamins. You can also add raw kale to smoothies, blend it with fruit to mask the bitterness, or bake it into crispy chips with olive oil and sea salt. And if you found this helpful so far, please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss videos like this. 7. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds aren't just good for your legs. They are one of the fastest ways to replenish the exact minerals your brain needs to fire clearly and consistently. The brain needs magnesium, zinc, iron, and copper to function at full capacity. Pumpkin seeds contain all 4 in meaningful quantities. Magnesium regulates the receptors in the brain associated with learning and memory. Zinc is essential for nerve signaling and plays a direct role in how quickly your brain processes information. Iron ensures adequate oxygen delivery to brain tissue, and copper helps control neural oscillations, the rhythmic brain waves involved in cognition. A deficiency in any one of these minerals can cause confusion, slow thinking, and poor recall. A deficiency in more than one, which is extremely common in seniors, creates the foggy, heavy-headed feeling that many older adults mistake for normal aging. According to a study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience, older adults with low zinc and magnesium levels scored 26% worse on memory and attention tasks compared to those with optimal levels. Correcting those deficiencies through food produced measurable cognitive improvements within 48 hours. For best results, soak pumpkin seeds overnight to reduce phytic acid and improve mineral absorption. Eat 2 tablespoons raw in the morning, blend them into a smoothie, or sprinkle them over oatmeal. Do not salt them. For seniors who wake up feeling mentally heavy or slow, this is one of the most targeted nutritional fixes available. 8. Dark chocolate, 85% cacao or higher. This is the one item on this list that almost nobody eats every day, and that is exactly the problem. Because dark chocolate at 85% cacao or higher has been shown in clinical studies to improve brain blood flow more powerfully than many popular memory supplements, increasing cognitive performance by over 40% in some older adults within a single day. Dark chocolate is extraordinarily rich in flavonols, a type of polyphenol that directly stimulates the production of nitric oxide in blood vessels. That nitric oxide dilates arteries, including the tiny capillaries that feed oxygen and glucose to the brain. More blood flow to the brain means faster thinking, sharper recall, and noticeably better mental energy. Flavonols also increase BDNF, the same brain growth hormone stimulated by curcumin, which promotes the formation of new neural pathways and strengthens existing memory circuits. In a study published in Nature Neuroscience, older adults who consumed high flavonol cacao daily for 3 months showed a 25% improvement in a memory test specifically designed to measure age-related memory decline. The improvement was strongest in the hippocampus, the brain's primary memory storage center. A second study published in Hypertension found that just 1 serving of high cacao dark chocolate improved cerebral blood flow within 2 hours. The key is the cacao percentage. Below 70%, the sugar content cancels out the benefits. At 85% or higher, the flavonol concentration is genuinely therapeutic. Start with just 1 to 2 small squares per day. Eat it in the afternoon or after a meal. Avoid milk chocolate, chocolate-flavored products, or anything with artificial sweeteners. Dark chocolate isn't a guilty pleasure for seniors. It is fast-acting brain recovery fuel, backed by some of the most compelling research in nutritional neuroscience. Before we wrap up, here are 5 powerful morning strategies to help you get the most out of the foods we covered. Starting today, These small changes can help your brain absorb nutrients faster, reduce mental fog sooner, and turn every meal into a true recovery tool for a sharper, stronger mind. 1. Start your morning with a handful of walnuts and blueberries before anything else. Both work synergistically. Walnuts deliver omega-3s to rebuild cell membranes. Blueberries flood the brain with anti-inflammatory anthocyanins. Together, within about an hour, many seniors report their thinking feeling noticeably cleaner and faster. Don't chase it with a sugary breakfast. Let these two do their work first. 2. Add 2 whole eggs to your breakfast every single morning. Choline, the key nutrient in egg yolks, is the building block of the neurotransmitter your brain uses to form and retrieve memories. Most seniors are chronically deficient without knowing it. 2 eggs at breakfast is one of the single highest impact nutritional habits for brain health after 60. Scrambled lightly in olive oil is ideal. 3. Drink golden milk before bed. Warm unsweetened almond milk with half a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and a small drizzle of honey is one of the best nighttime brain habits a senior can have. During sleep, the brain clears metabolic waste through the glymphatic system. Curcumin taken before sleep reduces neuroinflammation overnight, supporting deeper, more restorative cognitive recovery. Many people notice they wake up with a clearer, more focused mind. 4. Eat a small piece of 85% dark chocolate in the afternoon instead of a sweet snack. The midday cognitive slump many seniors feel is often linked to poor cerebral blood flow. 2 small squares of high cacao dark chocolate can increase brain blood flow within 2 hours, replacing that foggy, heavy-headed feeling with sharper focus and more mental energy for the rest of the day. 5. Add sautéed kale or leafy greens to at least 1 meal per day. Consistency is what makes leafy greens so powerful for brain health. 1 daily serving is what the research tracks. It doesn't have to be complicated. Sauté it with garlic and olive oil, stir it into eggs, add it to soup. The vitamin K folate and lutein in greens build up in brain tissue over time and have been shown to keep cognitive function measurably younger than your actual age. You've now learned 8 foods that do more than boost your mood. They can start rebuilding your brain in as little as 24 hours. That isn't marketing. That's clinical science. Each one targets a different piece of the puzzle. Omega-3, rich walnuts for neural repair. Blueberries for inflammation inside the brain. Eggs to replenish the memory neurotransmitter. Turmeric to clear the plaques that slow your thinking. Sardines for DHA and B12. Kale to protect aging neurons. Pumpkin seeds to reload critical brain minerals, and dark chocolate to restore blood flow to memory centers. Mental fog isn't always just aging. Often, it is a nutrition issue, a blood flow issue, or a neurotransmitter issue. And when you fix those quickly, your brain responds. You think more clearly. You remember more easily. You show up more fully in conversations, in family moments, in your own life. And it all starts with what you put on your plate. Here's your challenge. Pick one of these 8 foods and try it today. Pay attention to how your thinking feels tomorrow morning. Many people notice better recall, less fog and more mental energy. Then try another. Stack them 1 bite at a time. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 8 foods are you most excited to try for your brain? Tell us in the comments below. Your answer might help someone else take the first step. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. And don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who deserves to think clearly and stay sharp, and subscribe to Senior Meal Coach for more science-backed tips to stay strong, clear-minded and independent after 60. Remember this, aging doesn't have to mean getting slower or forgetting more. With the right daily habits, you can wake up every morning feeling mentally sharp, confident and fully present. The choice is yours. Have a blessed day and as always, breathe easy.